How's it going, people, and welcome back to Bleed Blue, your home of everything Chelsea. I hope you guys are doing well today. I really do hope that. I'm so annoyed because I already recorded this video, but it turned out my microphone was muted, so there was no audio. But we're doing it again. So in this video, we're going to go over Noni Madueke potentially going to Tottenham. Take that with a bit of pinch of salt because the source is Team Talk, so think of that what you will. A bit on Huijson and Marc Guehi potentially becoming Marc Guehi. I'm thinking about the striker. Marc Guehi potentially becoming Chelsea's top transfer target at centre back. We're going to go over Enzo Fernandez's brilliant performance against Brazil, and we'll look at some updates on the stadium. So thank you guys so much for joining me. Make sure you please do like and subscribe if you enjoy the video. Turn on the notifications to be kept up to date with your latest Chelsea news. And if you have any feedback on the videos, what you'd like to see improved, any ideas, please let me know down in the comments below. Get the conversation going down there on anything you think or see in this video that you want to discuss. So enough yapping, let's get straight into the Noni Madueke news. This is on Team Talk, written by Fraser Fletcher. Tottenham plotting raid on Chelsea for 17-goal winger as 3 Premier League clubs circle. Tottenham are plotting a move for Chelsea winger Noni Madueke, and Team Talk can reveal the Blues' stance on selling the 23-year-old this summer, while 2 other Premier League clubs are also interested. Spurs have endured a very disappointing season and sit in 13th place in the Premier League table, lol. Their last chance of success is in the Europa League, and winning that would see them qualify for the Champions League. See if Tottenham qualify for the Champions League and we don't. Liquidate the club. That's finished. It can't get worse than that. If we miss out on Champions League and Tottenham qualify for it, it's over. It's over for this club. There is major pressure on Ange Postecoglou, and while Tottenham's hierarchy are yet to make a final decision on him, they are still building a list of targets for next season. Team Talk understand that Spurs are looking to add quality attacking options, and a move for Chelsea winger Madueke is under consideration. Sources have confirmed the England international is not in Enzo Maresca's long-term plans, and therefore the Blues are ready to cash in at the end of the season. That does surprise me a bit because Noni Madueke has been used so much this season. I don't know if they're saying he's not in Enzo's plans, but Enzo seems to play him most times. I don't think Noni Madueke's been brilliant this season, but I don't think he's been rubbish either. I'm not his biggest fan. I've had my critics of Noni Madueke, but I think when we play without him, when we play Jadon Sancho on that right wing, you see how much we do miss Noni Madueke's directness. He plays like Maresca's winger, go touchline 1v1. So that does surprise me a little bit that he's not in his long-term plans. So that's a bit weird. Madueke has interest from multiple Champions League sides and 2 other Premier League clubs per our sources, and therefore Tottenham may have to win the Europa League to have a chance of landing him. However, we also understand that Madueke is keen to stay in London, which could play into Tottenham's hands, but he will still require some serious convincing to move to the Lily Whites. Team Talk understand that Chelsea will demand a minimum of £50 million for Madueke, who they believe has seen his value increase since his move from PSV Eindhoven in 2023. Chelsea will look to push the deal towards the £60 million mark. They are in a strong negotiating position, given the winger is contracted on a death row contract until 2030, and they have the option to extend by another year. Now, I will take it off the screen because there's a few ads, but I'll keep reading you guys. We're at the end of this article. Now, despite Tottenham's poor season, they are in a strong PSR, profit and sustainability rules position, and could afford to splash 60 million on Madueke if they choose to do so. Newcastle and Aston Villa also keeping close tabs on Madueke, and again, their chances of landing him could depend on Champions League qualification. We know Newcastle were in for Noni Madueke last summer, nothing materialised of that, so we know, let's be honest, under Bluco, pretty much every player at the club is up for sale for the right price. That's just the model. Bring them in cheap, sell them higher. If we think Madueke's value has gone up, and there's a chance we might actually look to cash in on him for profit. I don't think he's a bad player. I don't think he's the best player in the world, but you definitely see how much we miss a player like Noni Madueke when he's not here. When we're watching Jadon Sancho just get the ball and give it back, instead of Noni Madueke who takes the ball and just goes for it and actually runs at his man. That's what we miss. Here is a bit more I could probably show you it again, actually. Chelsea are open to selling several stars this summer to help fund a move for a top striker, and sources state that Madueke is one they are willing to let go. The winger has made 74 appearances since his 30 million switch from PSV, notching 17 goals and 7 assists in the process. Now, very interesting news on Noni Madueke. Like I say, take this with a pinch of salt. It is coming from Team Talk, but if anything else materializes with Noni Madueke and a move away in the summer, I will let you guys know first. So, brought him in for 30, looking to sell for 50 to 60. So that's 20 million profit, 30 million if we get 60. From a business point of view, it makes sense. You'd be willing to let Madueke go. Also, with the likes of Esteval Willian coming in, Giovanni Quenda is coming next summer, so not this summer. But we do have wingers. We're looking to bring in another one as well, which might push Nicholas Jackson off to the left wing, which means Neto can go on the right. Still yet to know what's happening with Jadon Sancho, so all up in the air a little bit, but I will keep you guys updated with Noni Madueke. Now, this is a bit on Dean Huijson. Take a look at this. So this source, don't know too much about him. Eduardo Burgos, not the most notable, not the most known, but CFC Daily says he's close to Madrid. Madrid being one of the teams that are going for Dean Huijson. So Chelsea are out of the race for Dean Huijson. Marc Guehi is the priority. We know that Chelsea are interested in Dean Huijson. We looked at that yesterday. Also, Liverpool, Real Madrid, Marc Guehi, Cobham Academy. Marc Guehi, I need to stop saying it. Marc Guehi, Cobham graduate. I think he left in 2020. It was before the Champions League season, but now he's gone on to Crystal Palace, where he's the captain now. England international, plays most games at centre back. So very good player. We know how good Marc Guehi is. He was one we were looking to get in January. Wasn't going to be possible until the summer, but I will keep you guys updated on everything Marc Guehi, and if things start moving more, we'll definitely have a look at his stats and everything like that. So apparently Chelsea are out of the race for Dean Huijson. Interesting stuff. So we'll move on to a bit about the stadium. Have a look at this. Breaking, Chelsea sources say there will be no stand-by-stand rebuild due to cost, disruption and limited ability to improve matchday experience to capacity. There's two options left. I cannot speak English, it's actually annoying me. The two options left are complete demolition and redevelopment, or moving to Earl's Court. That's from Liam Twomey. Like a lot of this stadium news is, this is the problem with Stamford Bridge. Now, I think everyone wants to stay at Stamford Bridge. Luckily, we've got the CPO who can fight that. But realistically, on the business side of things for PSR, we need to be bringing in more matchday revenue. You look at Tottenham, how much they bring in compared to us, compared to the other big six teams. We are definitely the lowest out of all the big six teams. So business-wise, yeah. But we've been playing at Stamford Bridge for 120 years. This is our home. This is Chelsea. So it's going to be interesting. Here is a bit more on what the owners think. We know there could be a rift in the summer depending on who wants to go where. Here's a bit more information on that. There is a widespread belief that Todd Boehly is set on moving to Earl's Court, while Clearlake has not ruled out staying at Stamford Bridge and as it continues to evaluate both stadium options. The reality is that neither party has declared their position, and Chelsea are trying to maintain a delicate balance between thorough due diligence and a sense of urgency that recognises how far the club has already fallen behind many Premier League rivals in this regard. Now, as I think is it Matisse that says this. There's too many cooks in the kitchen. This is what you get when there's opinions coming from everywhere. No one is set on one thing. That's the problem. Boehly wants Earl's Court, which we know that's planning permissions at Earl's Court, so that might be tricky. Don't know if it's going to be possible. Clearlake not ruled out staying, even though that last article, does it mean maybe staying at Stamford Bridge is in the sight, like demolishing it? I think that's probably what it means. Here's another little bit. This is just a picture really showing where Earl's Court is. There are only two options: a complete demolition and redevelopment of Chelsea's home of the last 120 years, or a move to the other end of Brompton Cemetery and the vast site which formerly housed the Earl's Court Exhibition Centre. Now, from someone, I don't live in London, maybe if you don't live in London, this is a little picture. So that is Stamford Bridge down there. That's Earl's Court up there. So not too far. I think one of the positives about staying at Earl's Court is you'll get the same match-going fans. It might be the same underground line. I don't know if you'd have to switch. I've only been to Stamford Bridge a handful of times, so I'm not clued up on Stamford Bridge too much. But if it's not Earl's Court, then where do we go? I think it's going to have to be a demolition of Stamford Bridge if they're saying no stand-by-stand development. We will just have to wait and see. So very interesting stuff. Here's a bit that I actually missed when I was figuring out what I wanted to give you guys in this video. Here's a bit on Jadon Sancho. According to Build Information, Jadon Sancho has told his management he wants to return to Dortmund. Even while at Chelsea, he regularly speaks to his friend Jamie Gittins, a player we looked at in January, about Dortmund. Bayer Leverkusen have also registered interest. That is very interesting. I didn't see that. Jadon Sancho wants to go back to Dortmund. So do we maybe keep him? Pay the 25 and then make a profit on him, send him back to United. We know the 5 million fee. Let me know what you think about Jadon Sancho in the comments. Now, finally, moving on to some positive news. Enzo Fernandez. Take a look at this. Argentina beating Brazil 4-1 last night. The early hours, it kicked off at midnight for UK time, like many of you are. If you're not from the UK, it would have been from a different time. So goals from Julian Alvarez, Enzo Fernandez, Mateus Cunha, Alexis McAllister, and Simeone. Now look at that. Enzo Fernandez, man of the match. And just take a look. I'll move it so you guys can see. There is the full lineup. There's the team ratings. You can see Enzo Fernandez, the highest rated player on the pitch by a bloody mile. That's what you love to see. And if you take a look at his heat map on the right, very interesting position. Almost a right winger. I wouldn't say striker, but you can see he's out very wide. We know how much his box crashing has improved under Rescue. We've seen him score so many goals from crashing the box, but very interesting position, and it seems to have worked. 9.0 rating on SofaScore. We'll take a look at some of his stats. Goal and assist. Oh my, if you've not seen the assist, go and watch the highlights. The goal, I wouldn't say it was a tap in, but he was there for it. That's the main part, but the assist is a thing of beauty. Let's take a look at Enzo Fernandez's stats from this game, because what a game he had last night. So you can see 90 minutes played, 1 goal, 1 assist, 1 shot on target, 1 shot off target, 100% dribble success rate, even though it's only 1, 67 touches, 92% pass accuracy, 2 key passes, 2 accurate crosses, 2 big chances created, won 7 out of his 11 ground duels. Only 7 times possession lost. We've seen in a couple videos when I've looked at stats, usually you could be up there 15 times possession lost, especially where he's playing. He's in more of the creative role. So very, very good game from Enzo. But this is the thing, we've never really seen him this high. We saw him at a Poch in the 10, but usually you think Enzo, deep line playmaker, have the game in front of him so he can make these passes. But I'm going to be honest, I didn't watch the game. I didn't stay up. I was knocked out at midnight, if I'm being honest with you. But highest rater on this pitch. This Brazil team isn't the best Brazil team. Centre-backs Marquinhos and Murillo, Nottingham Forest. It's not bad. Of course, it's not the Brazil that everyone thinks when you say Brazil. That attack is still very, very good, though. But overall, Enzo Fernandez has had an absolute blinder in this game. If he could get a goal against Tottenham, fingers crossed. No one is saying no to an Enzo Fernandez goal. So, let me know what you guys think. There's a bit of a positive to end the video on. Enzo smashing it for Argentina. So, let me know what you think. Remember, take it with a pinch of salt. The Noni Madueke news. Let me know what you think on Dean Huijson, Marc Guehi potentially becoming Chelsea's #1 centre-back target. Let me know what you think about the stadium and Enzo Fernandez's performance. So thank you guys so much for watching this video. Please remember to like and subscribe. Hit the notification bell. Remember, get in the comments down below. Start up a conversation. I'll make sure to be there. If you made it this far in the video, thank you so much. I really, really do appreciate it. I hope you guys have a great rest of your day, and hopefully you guys take care. Make sure to be back later. If there's a second video, it might just be tomorrow, but hit the notification bell so you're kept up to date with the latest. Thank you guys so much for watching. I will talk to you guys later. Bye bye.